Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. It is so hot outside. Come in for some cool information. On today's show, we have Holly Purvis, Brian Warren, and Virginia White. You're going to learn a lot. Stay tuned.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we have the wonderful Miss Holly Purvis today, who is our Holiday e-learning coordinator. Am I correct in that?
Yes, that's correct.
So what exactly do you do over in our Holiday e-learning center?
So I am kind of the person that if you have any Canvas questions, you come to me.
Mm-hmm. Now, Canvas is our learning management system from Reading Community College.
Yes.
Okay, and I love Canvas. It's wonderful. Yes. Okay.
Yes, we love Canvas. And I basically oversee all of the day-to-day functions of our computer lab as well.
Okay.
So all of our proctored exams, I oversee our proctors for that and just make sure everything's running smoothly as well.
So we are we back completely open?
Yes.
Everything is copacetic now?
Yes, we are back to normal. We're at full capacity, so we have 98 computers, so y'all come on and test with us.
Okay. So now, typically speaking, for most of our class, I know it's online, but they have to schedule one proctored test in either our e-learning center, or we have agreements with the other community colleges to use theirs as well if a student happens to be closer to them than they are to us.
Yes. So, I mean, some students, may live over in Jackson or just wherever in Mississippi. Mm-hmm. And so all 15 of our community colleges have a deal that, if one of our students lives closer to them, they can test wherever that may be as well.
Now, I teach a lot of the 4-week classes, and with those you have to have that one proctored test.
Yes,
if you have longer class, do you need to have more proctored tests, or?
Yes, you can. You can have 2 or even 3 proctored exams for the longer classes.
Okay, but the rule is that we have to have at least one.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you need to have take a proctored test, what does the student need to do?
So all the student will need to do if they're taking the test at any of the approved locations, they'll just go through the proctoring tab in their Canvas course and schedule the exam that way. If they are needing to take it virtually through ProctorU, their instructor will send them a link to schedule an appointment with ProctorU. Okay. And then once they get ready to take that exam, they'll go to the ProctorU tab that's in the course and just get to the exam that way as well.
Does ProctorU cost?
Yes, it does.
Okay. How much does it typically cost? Do you know?
So it depends on the length of the exam. So for a 1-hour exam, it's about $17. It's definitely not cheap.
Okay.
So this is really just an alternative for students that can't make it to an approved location.
Well, now, how far in advance should a student schedule a test?
Well, they should really try to schedule as soon as possible, especially because our lab does get very busy, especially during midterms and finals.
Sure.
And it can be very difficult to get an appointment if you wait until the last minute. Mm-hmm. So we definitely suggest as soon as possible, but if, at least 2 weeks in advance maybe, if you have something coming up pretty soon. But even when we're not that busy, they can schedule sometimes the day of or the day before and it's okay. But not during those busy times then.
Right. So if you know that you're going to have there's going to be a proctored test coming up, you need to probably go ahead and schedule that test.
Go ahead and do it.
Now, when they show up to our e-learning center, what do they need to have with them?
Definitely, they need to have their MCC ID.
Okay.
and it needs to be a current school year as well.
So that no driver's license or anything like that are accepted?
No,
They've got
not
to have,
for our students.
Right. Okay. So they've
Yes.
got to have the MCC ID.
Yes.
And what can they bring in with them, or what can they not bring in with them to the testing center?
So they can't bring in any type of electronic devices, their cell phones. You can't have a smartwatch, your book bag, anything like that, purses. And we have lockers that they can put all of that in, or you can keep it in your car, just whatever you're comfortable
And
with.
we have the lockers, but we don't have the locks for the lockers.
We
Am
do
I
have
correct?
locks on them as well.
Pardon
Yes.
me. Okay, excuse me. Yes. Okay, that's wonderful. So if they come in and they're like, look, you can't bring that back here.
Right.
Okay. But
Right.
the teacher can determine other things that they can bring with them. Like if
Yes.
the teacher says they can use their textbook or notes or PowerPoints or anything like that, that is acceptable.
Right, yes. And we will let them bring in whatever the instructor approves.
Okay, now let's just say that there's a student there who is not doing what that student is supposed to do. We call that cheating. What happens? Because they're
So,
watched
yes,
if they're in our in
they
our
are
e-learning
watched
center.
and they are on camera.
So
So typically what happens is if they are caught cheating, one of our proctors will inform them, hey, we have noticed that you're cheating. And so we will stop the exam right there and go ahead and let them submit it. And then we send off any materials to the instructor and we let them determine the next steps.
okay, and so but okay. Like I said, they're watched at all times.
Yes.
Don't do it. Don't try
Don't do it.
just save yourself.
Yes, yes.
Now, as far as, because we are offering a huge number of classes online, and so, a lot with Canvas, a lot of stuff going on. What do you think what do you see coming in the future, like as far as the next, is there going to be a next step in what we're doing here? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm thoroughly enjoying what I'm doing. I love, and I notice that with online, it's becoming so much more similar to in the classroom. It's not
Right.
the same,
Right.
but it's before I had issues with, I just don't feel like I'm connecting with my students.
Right.
We've bridged that gap, I think, some. What do you see coming down the way? Do you see anything happening in what we're
Yes.
doing?
Yes, and we do have a lot of exciting things planned for the future. I
Can you
can't
tell us?
really
Come
talk
on,
about
come
them
on,
right
come on.
now.
Okay. Darn. Okay.
But we do have some things planned for sure. So
Okay, so stay tuned.
yes, stay tuned.
Now, so as I said, we are offering a lot of online classes. So anyone who is interested in any of these online classes, please, contact one of the advisors
Oh,
and
yes.
sign up.
Yes.
But do you notice that there's because we're offering, I don't say weirdly scheduled classes, but sometimes they are, because we're offering like a full term, we're offering half term, we're
Right.
offering 4 week,
Right.
we're offering holiday,
Yes.
we're offering Maymester, okay?
Yeah.
Where else can we offer classes?
I think that's about it.
Well, when you start telling people about some of the new things coming out, I want to have you back on the show
Okay,
to
yeah.
talk about it. Will you come back and talk to me about it?
Yes, I will. I will.
I appreciate very much you being here, Holly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first, while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are back, and we have Mr. Brian Warren, who is the Precision Machining Technology Instructor.
That's correct.
Okay, now what is this program? What do you do?
Precision machining is all about precision manufactured parts. So we're a manufacturing program.
Okay.
The students spend the first year in the program learning the basics of manual machining. That's the old style where you actually turn the handles and work with your hands. Then in the second year, it gets into advanced manufacturing, where we go into computer numerical control, which is basically a programming language that the machines can understand. So the students learn how to code the machines and set up the machines, operate the machines, program. But it's more to it than just that, because it's also inspection, metrology, production. So we have
A lot to it.
we can fully reverse engineer a part. So we could take something off and put it on our robotic inspectors and build a digital model of it, and then see if that part falls within the specifications that's allowed. Something's called tolerance on the part print.
Wow. Now, how many students do you accept every? We were talking earlier, but you accept every fall.
Yeah, we typically try to keep the program at around 20.
Around 20.
Yes,
okay.
we want to make sure students aren't clustered waiting on a machine. But we also got to have the numbers up, because there's a real high demand for this program, and we're backed by Haas Corporation. If you go by and see our place, you'll see a giant Haas logo.
I did. I saw it the other day.
So
because it's an addition. I had not noticed, and I kept saying, wait, that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
How long has that been there?
It's been there for 1 year.
1 year, okay.
Construction was finished last year. We moved in over the summer. We just finished our first full year in the new lab. It is the Gene Haas Advanced Manufacturing Center. We are the only one in Mississippi and one of maybe 20 in the country.
Now, if a student is interested in your program, do they have to have some type of prereqs before they can get in?
No, no prereqs. We have a 16 ACT minimum.
That's a composite score?
Composite score.
Okay. So that just a 16, and then they can get in your program?
Yes, with a high school diploma or GED, and be at least 18 years of age. So,
okay.
Being that we are a Haas H-Tech, we have Haas scholarship money available for students. Haas has donated $50,000 this year toward scholarships to use for the coming year.
Okay.
So any student that does not qualify for financial aid, that's having to pay out of pocket, can just come. It's no long application process. They just come to me and show me they've been denied financial aid. And if they're a good student in the program and good standing, each semester Haas will increase the amount of scholarship they get up to 100% of the cost.
Wonderful. Now, someone who's might be interested in this program, do they need to get into contact with, is it Ms. Nettles, Deborah Nettles?
Yes, Deborah Nettles or Shakita Hobson, or they can contact me directly.
Okay, and what is your contact information?
My contact information is, I'm located in the Gene Haas Center next to Riley Workforce, and my telephone number is 601-481-1307.
Okay. Now, when a student finishes this program, what type of jobs are they able to get?
Okay, well, that's the best part about it. When our students graduate, it's not unusual for them to have 2 to 3 offers.
Wow. Okay.
Most of the jobs are within 90 miles of campus or less in any direction. You got places like Zavation and Precision Spine. They make bone screws and spinal implants. So our students are working in clean, air-conditioned environments. That's the big thing for Mississippi.
Yes.
We're not in a hot, dirty shop anymore. We are in a very, very clean, FDA-approved space. We also have Eaton Aerospace, and they actually make the landing gear for planes over in Jackson. We have Kohler Engines in Hattiesburg. We also have Holmack in Bay Springs. We have local companies like Tower, Fairbanks, Southern Cast. Altogether, we have about 26 companies actively hiring from this program.
Wonderful. And it doesn't have to just be within 90 miles of here. They could take this and go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Typically, after 3 to 4 years in experience, after you graduate, you can go anywhere you want and just name your price.
I was about to ask, are the salaries pretty decent?
The salaries are great. I have 22-year-old students buying homes.
Oh my. That is wonderful.
Well, 22-year-old graduates.
Yes. Now, is there any call for them to get additional education? Like if they have the your 2-year certificate, your 2-year degree, excuse me, can they go further if they want to?
They can. A lot of our graduates have taken advantage of employee tuition reimbursement for the companies they work for. So they can go on and get their bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, or they can do a Bachelor of Applied Science, something like Mississippi State or Southern offers.
Does your program, does it feed into those other programs?
Yes, with the articulation agreement, Mississippi State, they're taking 60 hours. So,
That's wonderful.
and with the bachelor's degree, they can go on into jobs like a mechanical engineer, or they can be a manufacturing engineer, industrial engineer. They could take the production manager role.
Buy
or
two
something.
homes.
Yeah.
Oh my, that
Yeah.
just seems like the sky's the limit with this.
It is. I've been really floored just how successful some of these guys are coming out. Being we're a small program, 20 students, we really get to know each other over those 2 years.
Sure.
And these guys that graduate together, I mean, they become like brothers, and they keep in contact, and they remain in contact with me. And just earlier this summer, I saw one student, holding his congratulations that he just bought a house, and then 2 days later, there's another guy who works at the same place, bought a house. And I say boats and trucks, ATVs, all that stuff. But I try to tell them, hey, invest in something
Sure.
that's going to grow in value. So
Sure. But this is not a program that's going to go away anytime soon.
It's
This
not.
is something that's going to be, we need this. This is, this
I mean,
is
a
an
lot of people
essential-
don't realize how involved we are in all aspects of modern life, but the vehicle you drove in on has machine parts. Like I say, the surgeons, everything they're using is, the surgeon tools, and what they're placing in the body was made in a machine shop. The airplanes, the trains, trucks, automobiles, firearms, hydraulic shocks, cylinders, I mean, everything has to get made in a machine shop. And even the plastic parts, your cell phone, so a machinist had to make that mold on a CNC machine to inject that plastic into to make it.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being here today, and I urge anyone, if you're interested in this program, to get in touch with you, to get in touch with Ms. Nettles, and get in. You're saying you're accepting 20 students?
Accepting.
So let's get this filled, because it sounds like it is a great program.
It's a great opportunity for anybody looking for a career, not just a job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
And we have the wonderful Miss Virginia White here. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, Virginia, you are an intern. You said you're a marketing manager intern here for our Stage 2 group, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, and how long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this since the beginning of May.
Okay. Now, what exactly is Stage 2?
Stage 2 is a nonprofit organization for teens from 13 to 19, which we do a lot of theatrical training throughout the theater. We don't just do the on stage, we do the backstage, we do ticket sales, we do ad sales, and we also do community service throughout the year.
Okay.
We are very involved in the community because that is one of the most teachable aspects of Stage 2, the importance of community and how important that plays a role in theater.
Okay. Now, what plays have you been involved in since you've been here?
Through Stage 2, for the past 7 years, I have been involved in Fiddler on the Roof, Les Mis, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Oklahoma, and Music Man.
And Music Man, and I think we have a play coming up very soon, a musical
Yes,
coming up
sir.
very soon. What is that?
We have Beauty and the Beast coming up, and that is June 25th through the 27th.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and you've been really involved in that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a favorite in the plays, the musicals that you've done? May I ask, or is that not a good question?
It's such a hard choice because you love every aspect of every musical. But I guess just with the memories of it, and because it was the last one I did, because we didn't get to do a show my senior year, was Music Man, because it was a lot of fun. I was with all my friends playing the older ladies who do the pick a little, talk a little scene, if you've seen it.
I have.
And they're like chickens, which is hilarious. But also, that was just one of my fondest memories, the last time that we did a big theatrical production all together.
What's your favorite part of the the whole process. Now, you said that with stage 2, you do both on stage and behind the scenes. Do you have a favorite part? Do you prefer being on stage? Do you prefer to be behind the scenes? Where do you like to be?
I love both because with my major, I love being backstage because it's just what I want to do in the future. But I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. So, you know, even with Beauty and the Beast, I cannot just be the marketing manager intern. So, you know, I had to be in the show somehow, so I'm also the rug.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you see yourself in the future possibly being involved in another group like this, perhaps, maybe as a director or something like that?
Absolutely. I would want to get involved in any group that is like stage 2 or that has anything to do with what stage 2 has to do. And I know I have always wanted to stay active in community theater, but also stage 2 is such a great teaching point, and it just allows you to have such a great inner community throughout all the schools in the Lauderdale County area. And we also have members who come from like Alabama and the other schools, and a lot of alumni come back and help out. So it's a very family-oriented group. Like once you're in stage 2, you're always in stage 2. So I would, again, always come back to stage 2 or any group like it.
Now you say stage 2 is for 13 to 19-year-olds, but as you just said, it's not just for our local area. It's for any 13 to 19-year-old who wants to be involved in it.
Yes, absolutely.
Why do you think, now I'm getting philosophical with you, okay? Why do you think that it is important for us to have art and art education in our schools?
That is actually a really good point because that's what I want to do in the future, help preserve the arts in lower education. Because my mom is a teacher and I've seen it with all the standardized testing. It's important to keep the arts in there, especially if the kids are a visual or audio learner. It helps them learn through the singing, through the music, and it also helps just have this creative side, brings out so much more creativity and production in a child's mind and development, and that is extremely important.
And you know, we see sometimes in education that the administrators want to push more to the, you know, math and science, and you know, and I think it is so important to bring in the arts because we've proven repeatedly that, you know, when you put something to music, when, you know, kids remember it more. Well, when you learn the classics, it is very important also. Now, you took a few dual enrollment classes here, you said. How did those go? Did you enjoy the experience?
I did enjoy the experience. I had a lot of fun. The professors here are fantastic.
Do we love hearing that?
Yes. It was a good experience to have a few college courses under my belt before I went off to Ole Miss, so that was a lot of fun.
Now, so you hope to be finished, you're a freshman now.
Yes,
and
sir.
So 3 years from now, you hope to be finished.
Yes, sir.
And then what? You want to go into doing this full time, or?
I would love to do something like this full time. I would love to be involved with the arts for whatever my job is for the potential future. But once I graduate in 3 years, I'm going to go ahead and go to grad school and get my master's in integrated marketing communications with my specialty in public relations.
Excellent. Now, seeing our current director, Susie Johnson, what do you think her greatest strengths are, you know, running stage 2? Because I've witnessed some of it, and I'm amazed at what she does.
She has so many strengths that it's hard to just pick a few, but she can get anyone just by influencing them, by talking to them, to be motivated to do like anything, because the people who are at stage 2, they want to be on the stage, they want to be there. She makes this group a place where you want to be, and like when we break for the summer, you miss everyone. She makes this a place that you always want to keep coming back to again and again and again.
Okay. Now, anyone who is interested in becoming involved in stage 2, how do they go about doing it?
You can contact Susie Johnson, or you can find our Facebook page. That is the Stage 2 official Facebook page, and you can message the Facebook page, or you can also message our Instagram page and DM us if you're interested in Stage 2. There is a wait list.
Okay.
And so I suggest
how many new people do you typically take per year?
probably close to 30.
Wow. Okay, that's still a good number.
Yes.
Okay.
It kind of depends on how many people graduate and how many spots we have available. But I mean, I think we have about 70 members now in stage 2.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you say you can see yourself continuing working with programs like this.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for being here today. Now, tell us again, we've got the production coming up. What is it and when is it?
We have tickets on sale now, and we have posters all around town, so you can find one of the posters in one of the various businesses, and there's a little QR code, and it takes you straight to the website to buy our tickets. But we also have physical tickets at the Atrium, Bella G, the Daily Grind, Excel Gymnastics, Hickory Picking, the Atrium, and Point Gifts, and also the Liberty Shop. And the dates for the show are June 25th and the 26th at 7 p.m. And we have a Sunday matinee on the 27th at 3 p.m. And all shows are at the McCain Theater.
Okay, and you play the rug.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, I want to have you back on the show again, but thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
With so much uncertainty in our world, we are thankful for the heart and determination of those who have followed their calling in healthcare. They work tirelessly on the front lines every day to make a true difference in our community. At Meridian Community College, we take pride in training these heroes and are grateful for their service in this time of great need. These eagles found their wings at Meridian Community College.
On behalf of executive producer Matt Milner and media consultant Josh Taylor, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned a little bit, and we'll see you next week.